Tere Ishk Mein is a masterclass in how a script can sabotage actors. The leads in this film, Dhanush and Kriti Sanon, are fierce. He plays Shankar, a law student in Delhi University from the wrong side of the tracks. Shankar is fueled by childhood trauma, his hard-scrabble circumstances, and his lack of opportunity. He has anger management issues. He's an abusive bully. He's described as a janwar and a gandi nali ka keeda. She is Mukti, the radiant, privileged daughter of the Joint Secretary. When she goes to his one-room tenement, her expensive high heel gets stuck in the narrow grid of the steps. Mukti, who's working on her PhD thesis, makes Shankar her project. She will reform him and prove her thesis that violence can be expunged from any human being. Basically, she takes the trope of I can fix him to another level. At the onset, she tells him that she will never fall in love with him, but of course it gets messy really quickly. Dhanush and Kriti run the gamut of emotions, from love to rage to self-destruction, and both commit to the high-pitched intensity of the film. But this story by Himanshu Sharma, who's also a co-producer, and Neeraj Yadav, is so far-fetched and so convoluted that the strenuous efforts by both actors have little impact. By the end of this film, I became Will Ferrell from Zoolander screaming, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Tere Ishk Mein has been marketed as being from the world of Raanjhanaa, also directed by Aanand L and written by Himanshu Sharma, and released in 2013. Honest confession, when I first saw that film, I was seduced by its vision of a love that begins in childhood and is so consuming that a man sacrifices his life for it. I'd never seen a Dhanush film before that one, and I was bowled over by his towering talent and by A.R. Rahman's gorgeous soundtrack. Tum Tak remains a favorite, but the film hasn't aged well. Kundan slitting his wrists to scare Zoya into loving him is more psychotic than romantic, and the college politics portrayed in the second half are amateurish. And yet, with all its fault lines, Raanjhanaa still had passages of poetry. You recall the way Aanand staged the death of the Abhay Deol character, or the color he found in the bylanes of Banaras. This sparkle, this sincerity is mostly missing in Tere Ishk Mein. Early on in Raanjhanaa, Kundan says, "Ladki aur rocket insaan ko kahin bhi le ja sakte hain." But even he couldn't have imagined where the screenplay of Tere Ishk Mein goes. The plot moves from bewildering to foolish to just outrageous. There is this 12th fail inspired section in which Shankar is studying to pass the UPSC exam. Another section in which India is at war with both Pakistan and China, I think. And all of this is played as some sort of feverish romantic epic, including a passage in which Shankar attacks Mukti's home with petrol bombs. And another one in which she becomes a female Devdas, knocking back alcohol and pills, and somehow she still has a job as a senior counselor for the Indian Air Force. In one scene, Mukti, by way of explaining how a woman like her can fall in love with a man like Shankar, says something about the namak in the sweat of a mazdoor. I am not making this up. Aanand, Himanshu and Neeraj also strained to give the story a sort of cosmic underpinning. So Mohammad Zishan Ayub, who was a key part of Raanjhanaa, makes an appearance as a holy man in Banaras. He calls Shankar Pandit, which is what his character Murari called the Dhanush character in Raanjhanaa. And Banaras becomes the site where pining lovers will find their answers. In one scene, Shankar says, "Mera ji oob gaya is manhoos pyar se." Mera bhi. The redeeming factors are the songs composed by A.R. Rahman and written by Irshad, Kamil and Prakash Raj as Shankar's long-suffering father. His love for his unhinged son is moving. But largely, Tere Ishk Mein is inanity disguised as profundity. And that is the THR bottom line. You can see Tere Ishk Mein at a theatre near you. If you like this review, do subscribe to The Hollywood Reporter India.